Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, My Kinda Art, with me, Ivan Florentino. And for the past few months, I've been working on creating my very first Skillshare class. I was very nervous, and I've actually been wanting to do this for almost a year and a half now. I almost hesitated to do it, but I finally was able to get the courage enough to use this Yoda that I drew over a year ago and create an entire course out of it. So yeah, here's a video of me explaining how to use a reference photo in order to create a realistic drawing. And this is all going to be done in pencil. And this is just part 1 of a 12 lesson series. And if you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the like button, ringing the bell, sharing, and leaving a comment. So, hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. Now in this step, we look at the reference photo. So one of the main reasons I created this lesson and why you're here is because the importance of a reference photo is that it takes a lot of the guessing work out of the lighting and shadows. And this is why I recommend having a high resolution photo, and usually you can find those on the internet. If you search up Getty Images is one of the ones that I like to use, but any high resolution photo where you can zoom in and pinpoint every detail that you need when you're drawing is a must. And you can have it several ways. One of them, you can have it printed out. But one of the ways I like to do it is have it both on my phone and on my iPad, or you can have it on your computer. This makes it really easy for you to have your iPad next to you and also your phone where you can move it around easily and just zoom in and out as you're working on the face and whatever portrait that you're working on. This gives us many options for us to study the photo. Now, what do I mean by study the photo? We need to learn what we're working with. So in this case, since we're drawing Yoda, we want to see the shape of his face, the special features, the details that this portrait and reference photo that we're using. We need to know where the lighting is, where the shadows are. And before we begin the actual drawing, we are going to be sketching out the head in smaller sizes in our next step. But before we do that, let's look at what we're working with. So one of the first things I do is I like to invert this and make this into a black and white photo, and this can easily be done on your phone or iPad or any software program that you have. Just make it a black and white, and this you're going to be able to see where the darks are, the medium tones, and the lights. And as you can see, the main light source is coming from the top, and you can see it because it's the lightest part of his head. And it gradually moves down into the middle tones of his forehead and his nose and the lids of his eyes. And as we move down the photo, what this does is because light cannot penetrate solid matter, we do have shadows that are cast underneath everything. So when we move down to the bottom of his nose, the eyelids, the bags of his eyes, the cheeks, and the chin and the bottom of his lip, you can see the huge difference between light, medium to dark. And this is how we're going to use our pencils to create the same tones with graphite pencil. Now let's identify our darkest darks. And you can see it's right inside the ears, the pupils, inside the nostrils, and right where the lips touch. This is where the shadow is being cast, where light cannot penetrate at all. So now that we studied our subject in our reference photo, we can move on to the next step, which is sketching them out in smaller sizes.